we're going to do a complete review of the Easy Transit foldable e-trike from 630, from assembly and how it arrives like this to completely assembled and done like that. So stick around. Hey everyone, I'm Dustin. I have nearly 20 years experience in the bike and e-bike industry, and today we're going to do a complete review of the foldable Easy Transit e-trike, and we're going to take it from the box all the way to completely assembled. Now, before we get into it, hit that subscribe button below. Stay in touch with us here at 630. Be the first to know about all the new content we're putting out, giveaways we're doing, and of course, new product releases. Also, you can find the Easy Transit linked in the description below if you want to get more information about the price and all the full specs. This foldable e-trike comes inside this box. I'm gonna walk you through exactly how it arrives to your door. We're gonna take it out, assemble it, and then I'm gonna take you through everything in terms of how to ride, how to operate, the full process. It's really cool because it is foldable. It's gonna fold right out, and all we have to do is put the front wheel on, and we'll show you the basket installation. I'm also gonna give you the weight, specific weights of the trike with and without the baskets, so you can have all the information that you need. All right, so let's go ahead and wheel out this fully assembled version. All right, so this box in total is 79 pounds. Now the fully assembled e-trike's not gonna be 79 pounds. We'll get into that detail in a bit here. But the width of the box is 41. The height of the box is 27, and the length of the box is, here we go, 41. So 41, oops. Actually, this is 41, this is 30, and this is 41, sorry. And the height is, we'll go ahead and put that in some text down below here, this is 26. So my first measurements were a little bit off. It's also on some pallet feet here. So these are stuck on at the warehouse. They actually aren't the normal part of the box. All right. So for the easiest assembly, you want to snip off these bands first, and those will come right out, right off. I have some tin snips, which work really great. Scissors will be just fine too. These are not metal, they're plastic. So I also have a mat back here with some tools. Okay. So if you look down in here, this is exactly how your Easy Transit's going to come packaged to you. So I'll just go ahead and remove this piece of foam. So it's right now folded in half, okay? So you've got your rear wheel right here, your fenders, your basket, and everything is, and your seat is right there. Now everything's zip tied together. So I'm going to come in with my snips or scissors. I recommend like a snip or a scissor. It's a lot easier than a box cutter for cutting off the zip ties. And we're gonna go ahead and just snip everything to get it free. Okay, come in right here. All right. And then we can start to take things out. And I have a mat back here just to set things on. So let's see. Okay. Now try to be fairly delicate in this process just because you don't want to scratch anything. Just trying to see what is loose. Okay, here's our basket. And I also recommend leaving things in the packaging until you absolutely need to get to it. Okay, here are 2 fenders for the rear. Alrighty. Okay. Now let's just see if there's anything else we need to zip off. I think we got all the zip ties. Okay, now from here, there's 2 approaches. If you want to be careful and you may have to return the trike for some reason, then you don't want to rip the box. At that point, you'd probably need to get some help to lift this out. But the other option too is, even if you cut the box, if you can cut it in a way where you could tape it back up. So I'm just gonna make 1 cut right here. Okay, and make another one right here. There we go. Okay, now from here, okay, we can fold this latch down. We have our own drawbridge here. Okay, now at this point, we can remove all this and we can unfold this part. Okay, I skipped 2 zip ties here. Let me go ahead and get those. All right, now everything is free. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and fold this out. All right, now, if you can come down here and take a look, we have our quick release latch right here, okay? This needs to be pushed up like this in order for it to fold. If it's not, you will not be able to get that in, okay? So you're gonna push up, put it in. Now from here, you're gonna latch it down and latch that closed. So now that is locked in place. So from there, we can actually leave this right here for the time being. Okay. Okay, go ahead and set that there. All right. Now the next piece I like to get on is the front wheel. And that just makes it easy to kind of move the trike into a better position for assembly, and then no parts of the trike are sitting on the ground. Okay. So if you notice here, the fork is actually backwards right now. So we want to turn that around. Okay. So the light obviously should be facing forward like so. And this piece right here is for the front basket as well. So we've got our rotor, which is going to go on the side of your disc brake here, right here. And then this is your connection for the front motor. And we'll do that in a minute, but it's got an arrow on here, and this has an arrow on here as well. You'll match up those arrows. So you want to make sure those are on the correct sides. Okay, so it will go in like this. Now, there's a washer here with a little bit of a notch on it. That piece actually needs to be the one that goes facing down, because it's going to slip in between the fork. So the washer should come pretty much. Now, if you want to see this from the front too, as you slide the wheel on here, you have your disc brake pads in there, and your rotor needs to fit in between those pads, okay? Then your fork can go on the axle. And if you can see now down here, it's very tight. Your washer with the notch is at the bottom, and that's going to fit into the opening of the fork, which is going to prevent the wheel, or it's just going to prevent the fork from falling out or the wheel spinning when it shouldn't. So it locks into their place. And then from here, we're gonna just hand tighten these down. Okay. And this is just simply a cover here. So we're gonna have to come in with a tool. So we're not gonna do anything. And then this side, just go ahead and hand tighten that down. Now from there, wheel should be, you know, secure enough to the point where we could move it. All right. So now we have that on there. I'm gonna come over here and grab our stem, okay? Now the stem is a foldable stem, so what you have here is a locking piece so the folding doesn't come down while you're riding. You would move that out of the way while you're not riding, oops, to allow this to fold open. I think we have to get it in here for me to actually be able to manipulate it. So this is going to slide in here like this. Okay. And now we will pull this down and this can fold open like so. Alrighty. So this, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to put our handlebars inside the stem first, because that is going to help us line it up. So if you see on the bottom here, there's a notch in here. Okay. And there's a notch inside here, or not a notch, but actually like a peak, so to speak. Okay. So we need to line these up. We can actually go like this too. Okay. And put those in. Now from here, slide that back in. Like so. Okay. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is we can tighten this on right here. So what we just put in was this piece. In order to tighten that, you have a quick release right here. To tighten the quick release, and you can always find the correct height for you later, but you can tighten this bolt on the right with your fingers. Okay, and then you want to start to clamp it, and you want it to be relatively difficult to clamp, where it takes a little bit of effort. Like that's pretty good. Not to the point where you're just like putting all your force on it, but you know, it left a little bit of a mark on my hand. Okay, so from here now, you're gonna fold this down. We're gonna need our Allen key here, which I believe is this. Let me just confirm here. Okay. So if you look inside here, right here is a 6mm Allen key bolt. This is going to keep your stem tight from moving when you turn. Okay. Now you need to put your handlebars up like so and find the right position. So hold the tire with your feet like this. And then you want to line up the middle of your stem with your frame. Okay. That looks good. And then at that point, you want to bring this down. Okay. And tighten this bolt. Let's just check it. All right, so it was a little off. So I tightened it enough where it wasn't loose, but I could still manipulate it. Then when you do that, I can adjust it and then put it back down so this won't move, and then come back in and give this final tightening right here. Now it's important that this bolt is fairly tight. Okay, so, okay, I'm using a longer Allen key like this, something I can get some good torque on without, you know, breaking anything. And then from there, we can clamp this back up and looks great, okay? So now those are straight and your handlebars are on. Now, the actual handlebar adjustment isn't great in this position. Well, actually made one error here. Okay, well, this is a good thing to show you actually on camera. So I made one error, which is I accidentally put the wires on the inside of the handlebar. So we're gonna have to pull this down. And we'll have to loosen this bolt again. Okay, pull this out. Now from here, we want to twist these. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's definitely something to be aware of. You want to make sure you've got the wires in front. Now the display would go like that. So let's go ahead and insert this back in. Okay. Now we've got the wires in the right position. And from here, I can just come back. And this is a quick thing to do. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten this, but not all the way. Just tight enough where I can still move it, but it will hold itself in position when I tilt it back down. Okay, so eyeball that. Bring this down. And from here, come in and tighten all the way. Okay, perfect. Just do one more for good measure. Yep, that's good. Okay. Now let's reclamp that. Okay. So now the handlebar position, I'll go ahead and show you how to adjust that. This is my Allen key set I have here. It's really helpful. Got it on Amazon. You've got 2 bolts up here. This is actually a 5mm Allen key right here. So you're just going to loosen these. Pull the display back like so. Okay. Now from there, you've got complete control. So this is something you can figure out later in terms of what is good for you riding position wise. But I think somewhere around there is pretty good. So come in here, just tighten a little bit each bolt, kind of moving back and forth. All right. Now this is another bolt. These are bolts that you also want to be pretty tight because you don't want the handlebars to slide at any point. All right, move your display back and we're good to go. So now front wheel is on, handlebars are in place. Another thing to point out too is you've got a lot of connections happening up here for the electronics, and they're all outside of the covering here. Just, you want to make sure if you ever have any issues with things not connecting or not working, you just want to check all these connections to just be 100% certain nothing came disconnected during the assembly process at all. Okay. All right. So from here, I am going to move my box out of the way. Okay. All right. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to come back to the front wheel now and tighten on the bolts up here. Okay, so this is an 18 millimeter. Everything on the bike, the bolts will be in the metric system. So I have a ratcheting wrench here, and we just need to tighten. So I'm just gonna crank this down. Now again, you wanna get that as tight as you can get it. So on this side, you won't be able to use the ratcheting. You'll just use the open-ended part. Okay, just gonna come and double check this side with the open-ended part as well. All right, that's pretty tight. Okay, now from here, put your plastic cover on. the nut up here. Okay. Now we can connect our front motor. So again, line up your arrows like so. There we go. Oops. There, and it goes in, okay? And then this tightens on to keep the connections together, all right? There we go. Perfect. Now we have our front wheel completely assembled. And if you want, you can also toss a zip tie on here to keep this to the fork. If you want to secure it, you know, maybe down here. Helps tuck that wire away a little bit. Okay, so let's see. Need to snip this one off right here. At this point, it's pretty safe to take packaging off the frame now that you have it out of the box and virtually assembled. All right, so inside of your basket is going to be your rear fender, okay? So this is going to go on right here. And it's going to bolt to the front fork. However, before we do that, I'm going to put the seat in first because what I actually want to do is I want to take the complete weight of the trike without putting on the fenders and the baskets, so people can know how much you can reduce the weight by if you want it to be in its lightest form. Okay, so the seat comes with the seat post already attached here. So you can slide this in. And this is a double seat post, so you have the ability to adjust the top portion and the bottom portion actually. Okay. And so, I mean, again, this is just for, we'll dial this in a little bit later, but just for the sake of the video, okay? And the angle it comes with should be pretty good. If you need to adjust it, we actually have another video on that you can reference as well, but the angle should come pretty good on the seat. Okay, so from here to get a working trike, we just need to put our pedals on, okay? So now you're gonna have this box, which is gonna come inside the basket. So both baskets will be in here, the front and the rear, okay? So let's go ahead and pop that open. And inside of here, you have your charger. You also do have tools if you want, don't have your own tools at home. Okay, so here are your pedals. Now on the pedals, if you can see, they're marked with an R and an L. And that indicates right and left. Now the pedals both tighten by being spun forward. So that means the left pedal is a reverse thread. So the right pedal is righty-tighty. And you can just hand tighten these on. Like so. Oop. And the left pedal tightens forward as well, which is to the left. And the reason for that is so when you're pedaling, you're actually tightening them or going in the direction of how they would tighten versus loosening. And these are a 15mm wrench. So you can take your open-ended 15mm, slide it in there, and tighten that down. You can, a little trick, put your foot like that. Well, actually, that doesn't work for that one, sorry. You want to lift up. There we go. Okay, so that's nice and tight. Put my tools away. Okay. Okay, so from here, you would want to make sure the brakes and the gears are working properly. We actually have another video or other videos on how to adjust your brakes and gears. They should come pre-tuned from the factory. Take it for a little ride. If you're not comfortable doing that yourself, I do recommend taking it to a professional mechanic or have a mobile mechanic come to your house. Or you can also reference our other videos for that. So at this point now, you can see if you want to make adjustments without having the basket on, your derailleur is wide open here. You can see it. Your brakes are right here. So it's easy to make the adjustments when you have it like this, okay? I can go ahead and just pull a little bit and see. Actually seems pretty good for the rear and the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and check the weight on this and we'll be right back. Okay, so without the baskets, the E-Trike weighs 69 pounds and the battery is 6.5 pounds. So 62.5 pounds if you wanna strip it down of the baskets, the fenders, and the battery. And I bring that up because if you would rather opt for a more lightweight option and you're gonna be transporting it frequently, then maybe you wanna leave the baskets off. Or if you're just riding it local, keeping it stored in your garage or at home, you can put on all the accoutrements and accessories. But if you want it, you know, for the folding element and the transportation element, it might be more beneficial to leave it without the baskets, fenders, and then you can take the battery off. So it's 62 pounds to lift it on and off of either a rack or inside of a car. By removing all of those things, you're gonna save yourself about 10 pounds. We're gonna take the final weight when we put all the fenders and baskets and everything on as well. Okay, let's do the front fender. And before we move on, inside the box where the pedals were, there's a little plastic cap. This goes on your front axle nut right here. I'll go ahead and show you. So you can just go ahead and pop that on right here. And it's just simply decorative. So it covers up that bolt. All right. Now your front fender is going to install, there's a top tab that will go on this bolt right here. So let's take a look here. That looks about a 5mm. It is, okay. And the back side is a 10mm. Let's go ahead and grab that right here. Okay. And we can loosen that now. Okay. And I will hand loosen that. And this bolt is actually threaded in here. So let's go ahead and thread that all the way back. Okay. All right, from there, we're gonna slide. Now, actually, this fender tab, let's take a look here. Let's see what the best position is. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the back side here. Okay, I'm gonna put the light first, and then I'm gonna put the fender tab. And then I'm going to come in and hand tighten. Oh. Okay. 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 Now let's just leave this loose, and we're gonna first attach our fender struts, which are down here. So the bolt for the fender strut is gonna be inside the frame already. So use your 5mm. Pull that out. Okay, come up here. And again, just put that on loose for the time being. And, okay. Now you've got the same situation here, the bolt right here. Oops. All right. Okay, now from here, let's put that on and hand tighten. Just hand tighten as much as you can. Okay. Now kind of look at it from a straight on view. Just want to make sure it's nice and centered. Okay. Side's good. Now you can come tighten this side down. Okay. Now from there, we can come and tighten our light and tab back on. Oops. Okay. So because it's threaded, I've got the bolt all the way in here. So you're actually going to want to come from the back side and tighten the bolt on. So I have a 10mm, it's called a tri tool. And if you have a ratcheting socket, that's going to be faster than this. And you're just going to tighten that all the way. Make sure your light is nice and straight. Okay, nice and tight up there. And you're all good up top here. I can actually come in just to see if this can go a little bit tighter. Let's see. That's good. Fender. Now, if the fender's off a little bit, you can just, you know, kind of manipulate it with your hands a little. And that's good. All right. Now let's move on to our front basket. So, front basket is going to mount like so. So first thing I like to do is, let's go ahead and take these two bolts out right here. And let's see, if you can't get them with your hands, you're going to need your 5mm. And your 10mm in the back here. Okay, so the brackets to mount the front basket are going to come inside the box that was inside the basket. There's going to be 3 brackets. There's 2 that look like this, which will be to mount to the strut. And then there's another bracket like this, which is going to be used to mount the basket up top here, okay? So this bracket's going to go on the front here. And then we are going to push the bracket through like so. Oops. And then on the back there, you're going to put on your nut, okay? Get this out of here. you may actually need to thread the bolt through just to get it all the way on. Okay, then you put your bolt on the back. And then we will come around to the front one. Okay, now, once we have those hand tightened on, we can come in and tighten them a little more, but I don't want to tighten them all the way until I do the bracket down here. Okay, so just enough where I know for a fact it's going to stay on. Okay. Okay, now from here, we're going to mount our bracket underneath. Okay, so you've got this piece will go on top, and this piece will go on the bottom. Okay, so put your bracket underneath. Oops. Okay. I'll come in with our other screw. Now we can start to tighten everything down. Okay, now if you want to get a look underneath here, you can see I've got the bracket mounted in front of this wire piece of the basket, and then this is clamping both pieces down, okay? All right, so then I come in and I'm just gonna tighten all this down. And just tight enough, we don't wanna squeeze. You know, this piece is gonna bend a little bit. Okay, now, we can also do is on these struts here, probably just wanna come in right here and make sure these are nice and tight. So this is my 10mm and my 10mm wrench and my 5mm Allen key. And that's gonna be able to make sure this can hold some weight. Okay. Okay. And now that's fully installed. And that can hold, I would say 15 pounds is safe, maybe up to 20 pounds, but I recommend 15 pounds or less. All right, now we're gonna move on to the rear fenders. So one thing to point out is I did have 2 extra screws in here that we did not need for the basket assembly. All right, now, rear fenders. All right, you can just go ahead and pull each fender out. Now the bolts come on the fender here, right here. So you're just gonna go ahead and loosen these if you can by hand. If not, then this is a 4mm Allen key. All right, got my 2 bolts off. Now I got that. And I think it doesn't matter actually which side the fenders go on. So you can just make sure it lines up with the screws. And you're going to line up the inside of the hole like so. And again, I'm just hand tightening till I can't hand tighten anymore. And from here, go ahead and tighten these down. So actually a little tool is going to come, and it fits a lot easier in this space to tighten this bolt on, like so. There we go. Yeah, much easier. There you go. And then these are real solid when they're installed. So we'll move over to the next one. All right, mission accomplished on the rear fenders. Now, final piece is our rear basket. Okay, there's 2 brackets you need for the rear basket. Make sure you find them in the box, the big box. I just had to dig them out actually. So they're gonna come in this package and they are going to look like this, okay? And firstly, let's just see here. Okay, so they're gonna go like this on top of the basket, okay? So we're going to remove all 4 of these bolts. Okay. Now, when we have that off, your basket is going to sit on top like so. And from here, you're going to find the middle, so in between these 2. And then your bracket is going to come across like this, okay? Actually, I'm going to move this back. There we go. Like that, okay? Alrighty. Perfect. Okay, now, this part can be a little tricky. What you need to do is put this on top of your bracket, and then you're gonna push the screw through the mesh, okay? And you may actually need your Allen key or Allen tool while you do this. So let's find, okay, the place right there. And then from there, you're just gonna tighten it down a little bit. Again, not all the way. Let's wait till we get the other one on. Okay, so same thing over here. We're gonna slide that back, okay? So if you wanna see here, it's a little bit difficult, but got the bracket in there, and I can see a good spot through the mesh. So put my bolt in, push it through, and tighten. And once we have the both bolts in on one of the brackets, you can go ahead and start tightening it down. Okay. So find your opening in the mesh and push through and line it up to the threads. And you're in. Okay. Okay, I didn't tighten that all the way just yet. Make sure also with your basket when you're installing it that the opening is facing the rear. Just going to make it a lot easier for loading and unloading things. We got it. Once you have all 4 bolts in, just come around and give a little tightening to each of them. And just make sure it feels good and tight. And there you have it. Rear basket is installed. Now, air in the tires, we want to make sure we do that. That's been something that has been tricky for people with the front wheel. So let me go ahead and get positioned where I can. Last but not least, we have our rear tail light. And just remove this little tab. And this is not connected to anything on the top electronics. It's just a button back here. So if you want it on when you ride, you'll have to turn it on while you're off the bike. All right. So just remove the 2 screws on the back, and then this mounts just right here, like so. And then I can come back, I believe that's an 8mm. Okay, nice and tight. All right. Now, okay, so couple things here. Very tight space to put air in your front tire. There are actually some attachments that you can buy that will make this much, much easier. But if you only have like a head like this, you can just push this valve out a little bit, okay? And then clamp it. And from there, it should be just fine. It's max 65, so I'm gonna put it up to about 60. Okay. And I actually put it up to 62 because when we pull this off, we're gonna lose some air. So that's a little trick as well. Just overinflate just a pound or 2 because you're gonna lose air on the removal. And we're good to go. Now the rear tires are pretty standard. These shouldn't be as challenging. All right, we are done and ready to ride. I'll walk you through some of the things here. So what you should do is take your e-trike for a ride, make sure you can shift into all the gears. So it is a trigger shift. So you shift here to go up and here to go down, and make sure all the gears go in. Again, we have other videos on how to adjust it, but this is all pre-adjusted, so it should work great. All right, now turning it on, if you come down here, actually on this side, I don't know if you can see, your keys are gonna come hanging up here. I just put one in here. Now, when you're riding, you don't need the key in for this, so you can take your key out, and to remove it, you just unlock and pull out very simply. And then to put it back in, you just go like that, and then you can lock and take your key out. I'm just gonna leave it in there for the sake of this. Now on the other side, sorry, if you come back around here, you have your on off for the battery and your charging port right here. Now your charger, I'm actually just gonna throw that in the basket here. So your charger will plug in right there, and you can plug it into your wall. Now your battery needs to be switched on for the electricity to, or for the power to work. So this is the on position, okay? Then from there, you can come up here and push your power button and your trike will come on. So you've got your miles per hour, your pedal assist level, your distance ridden, your temperature, and this one is your watt output. So this is a 750 watt motor, but there's a peak, there's a max peak performance of wattage that these are capable of. So that's gonna tell you at any given time how much wattage the motor is pulling, and it actually at certain points can exceed the 750 watt. Now, you wanna be careful working that too hard, because if you were going up a major hill, towing a huge cargo, and this is start going up and up and up, it means the motor's trying to supply the power it needs. But if you overwork it, you can short out a wire. So something to be aware of. Now, if you come over here, you've got your thumb throttle right here. Gonna push that and you can go. And you've got your drive and reverse. So D for drive, R for reverse. And basically, you wanna go in reverse, put it in reverse. Drive to go in drive. You can flip those any way you see fit. And you are off and able to ride. Let me go ahead and get my helmet, and I'm just gonna take you for a quick demo test ride. All right, one other thing I just wanted to show really quick here is the parking brake. So you got parking brakes on either side, and you just pull the lever and then push that down, and now it won't go anywhere. And you can just click it to pull the lever off. So really easy to operate. I just adjusted the handlebars, which I think I showed, before, was right here. I just wanted them up a little bit higher, get them really close to my body. And cool thing, to show you reverse, you just click and you're off and forward. And this thing is a ton of fun. And you can see how nimble this is right here. All right, there you have it. If you want to see more info about the folding e-trike or have any other questions, please comment below or reach out to us, the team at sixthreezero.com, or call us 310-982-2877. You can find it linked in the description below. Also, we have a 30-day test ride your e-trike policy. If you don't love it in 30 days, send it back. No questions asked, no money out of your pocket. In addition to that, we're going to warranty everything for a year. Anything goes wrong in the first year, we'll take care of it. No questions asked, no money out of your pocket. And lastly, we have a Facebook group, 630 Peddlers. You may know about it already. If not, go ahead and join there. You can ask existing owners how they like their Easy Transit. And then once you get yours, post in the group, make friends, and also download our app to track your rides and compete on the leaderboard. It's a lot of fun. So thanks for sticking around. And don't forget, it's your journey, your experience. Enjoy the ride. Bobby's 75, and this is his favorite e-trike. He's going to tell you why, and we're going to go for a ride. Stick around. Hey everyone, I'm Dustin. I have nearly 20 years experience. And today I'm joined by Bobby. He's 75. Just rode E-Trikes for the first time today, and he picked the Simple Glide 500 watt as his favorite. He's gonna tell us why, and we're gonna go for a ride. But before we get into it, hit that subscribe button below. Stay in touch with us here at 630. Be the first to know about all the new content we're putting out, giveaways we're doing, and of course, new product releases. Now, the Simple Glide that he's riding and I'm riding, mine's a little bit different because this is the sample, his is the production version. It's linked in the description below if you want to check it out and find out more information. So, Bobby's 75, like I said. He's 6'1" and rides bikes pretty frequently, but first time today on a tricycle. And tell everyone why you chose this as your favorite.
I chose this
trike.
as my favorite because it seems to be a little easier to handle. I'm not used to tricycles at all, so I'm getting used to not having to lean into a turn. But once you get into it, it's pretty much a piece of cake.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're gonna get you out, venturing out onto some streets. You can follow me. We'll go up some hills. We'll do a little ride, and you guys can come along with us. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, ready?
Here we go.
All right, we're gonna take you up your first hill, and we'll go in the bike lane. All right, let's just wait a second. Oh, sorry. Okay, follow me. How was the hill?
The hill was nice.
Easy? Oh, watch the throttle.
Yeah.
Was it pretty easy?
Yeah.
All right. Ready to keep going?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Oh. Sorry. No, you can stay here. Oh, I was just waiting because we got to go on the road.
Oh, yeah.
All right, ready? There you go. Go ahead. Did you increase the pedal assist?
Huh?
Did you increase the pedal assist
Yeah.
to 5?
5.
That made it a lot easier?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, getting up the hills, you need that extra power. How was it steering on the streets for you and navigating?
Not too bad. Not too bad. So the power, that's the power wheel, huh?
Yeah,
I thought they were the rears.
yeah, yeah. How about your exertion up the hill? Was it hard?
No, not really. Not really. Not with the help of this. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's just go up here. We'll make a lap and then we'll head back to the homestead.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi.
This should be easier, huh?
Just when you go onto the hills, just give it like slow and steady on the throttle.
Okay.
Are you in 5?
Is that 5?
Yep, we're gonna, and you may want to give it a little pedaling up this one. Oh God.
Yeah, still at 5.
Oh. Oh. Okay. All right.
We're going this way here?
Yeah. All right, you made it back.
In one piece even.
How was the ride?
Exhilarating.
Yeah?
That's the only word I can use. I've never done that before, man. That was great.
Yeah, you liked it?
Oh, I loved it.
You mean never been on the streets like that, or just
On a bike like this? No,
Yeah,
never.
yeah.
I was worried about her.
Lisa just had a little trouble. We got her. We switched bikes. We're all good.
Oh, you switched bike. What happened to the bike?
Oh, nothing. The tire just had a little issue, but it's all good. So, so how was the control and everything and
control was
comfort?
fine. Once I got riding and I kind of began to get a little bit more integrated with the bike, trying to become one with the bike, it seemed like, then I got, the throttle, the assist wired in.
How about the comfort? Good?
Yeah, the comfort was fine.
Yeah.
Comfort was fine.
Good.
Even for an old guy like me. Can't complain. Yeah.
All right. Well, there we had it. That was a couple miles. And it's Bobby's first time out on the streets, and he said it was exhilarating. So you want to check out the Simple Glide. It's linked in the description below. Any other questions at all, you can reach out to us, the team at sixthreezero.com, or call us 310-982-2877. In addition to that, we offer a 30-day test ride your e-trike. If you don't love your e-trike in the first 30 days, you can send it back. No questions asked, no money out of your pocket. In addition to that, we warranty everything for 1 year. Anything goes wrong in the first year, we take care of it, parts and labor. And lastly, be a part of our community. We have a Facebook group with thousands of members. Join the group and talk to existing riders before you purchase, so you can make sure you're making the right choice. And when you have yours, post in the group, make friends, and then download our app to track your rides and compete on the leaderboard. It's a lot of fun. So thanks for sticking around, and don't forget, it's your journey, your experience. Enjoy the ride. The brand new relaxed body e-trike. I'm going to show it to you. Stick around. Hey everyone, I'm Dustin. I have nearly 20 years experience in the bike and e-bike industry, and today I'm going to introduce you to 6threezero's newest electric trike, the relaxed body 750 watt rear mount e-trike with a rear differential. Awesome trike. Can't wait to show it to you. Now, before we get into it, hit that subscribe button below. Stay in touch with us here at 6threezero. Be the first to know about all the new content we're putting out, giveaways we're doing, and of course, new product releases. Now, if you want to check out more information about the relaxed body, it's also linked in the description. You can navigate over to the product page. The relaxed body recumbent e-trike, you can call it a recumbent e-trike or a semi-recumbent. It has an elongated frame, which puts the rider lower to the ground and more forward pedaling, which is why we classify it as a recumbent. Now, some of the really cool features before we get into the electronics of this e-trike is the low step through and the low seat height. So you can see here, the step over height is 16 inches and the seat in the lowest position is 30.5 inches. This e-trike can accommodate riders 4'10" to 6'5" because of how adjustable it is. And I'm going to show you more about that in just a second. The other thing I want to point out is pedals on trikes or bikes normally fall right below the seat. With a recumbent style, you're pedaling out in front of your body. So you can see here, the pedals are actually moved forward 12.5 inches. That's what creates that recumbent style and allows the seat to be lower to the ground and allows for that safer ride. Now, the other cool thing is with this longer frame, the frame from the front of the tire, the whole bike's length is 78 inches. It creates an incredibly stable ride. I've ridden hundreds of e-trikes. This is in the top 1 or 2 of stability because of that longer frame and the low center of gravity, and also these 20-inch by 3-inch rear tires and a 24-inch by 3-inch front tire. We actually put a larger tire in the front, larger diameter, to set it lower in the rear to create even more stability back here. Now you'll see this basket back here. Another really cool thing we did is a lot of baskets on e-trikes only come with these barred baskets that require a bag or something to use it. Not this one. We put a mesh in here so you can put smaller items. You don't need a bag to go in there if you don't want, but we have tons of custom bags that will fit in here for different purposes. If you want to put them in there, you can also check those out in the accessory section of our website. Now, moving to the rear, we have a huge 750 watt motor that is very powerful. This trike can accommodate riders up to 350 pounds, and it's powerful enough to get those riders up hills. I'm going to do a little demonstration for you here in a few minutes. It also has a rear differential. What that means is you're not going to be powering just one of these rear wheels. You're going to power both of the rear wheels, but in addition to that, when you're taking turns, and if the wheels are uneven, it's going to disperse the power accordingly as you corner to ensure greater traction when you're riding. So it's a nice feature. And if you are looking for one of the most stable, easy to turn trikes, definitely the relaxed body is in that conversation. All right, now let's move on to a little bit of the electronics. We'll have our camera person come in closer so I can show you more of the details here. Okay, so here is your motor back here with the rear mount. And right here is a derailleur like is featured on any standard bicycle as well. It's a 7-speed. That's another really cool feature about this e-trike is you do have 7 gears that you can utilize to match your pedaling and cadence in accordance with how much assistance you're using. Now you got your battery right here. It's a 15 amp hour battery. So you're going to be able to get up to 50 miles on a single charge. Good big battery to match with the good big motor back here, the 750 watts. So if you're looking for doing those longer rides or you do plan to tackle a lot of hills, it'll be nice to have this bigger battery right here. Now let's move up to the handlebars here, and I want to show you everything that's going on up here. So one great feature is the parking brake. So you just push this down, keeps the brake engaged, and you have that feature on both sides here. Right here, you actually have a twist throttle. So if you don't feel like pedaling, you can actually just twist this throttle, and this trike will go up to 20 miles an hour by just using the twist throttle here. So you don't have to pedal to engage the motor if you don't want. However, if you do want to pedal and use the assistance, you have 5 levels of assistance, and we got a power on our battery actually right here. So I hold this button and you'll see that turn green. And from there, now we can turn this on. So here are your levels of assistance. You have up to 5 levels of assistance. This message it's flashing actually just means that the motor is cut off. So when you have the parking brake or the brake engaged, nothing will work. When you pop those out, now you'll be able to utilize. So it's a good safety feature to have, especially when you pull the brake and you're riding, to know that the motor will cut out. So you've got your battery life right here, your miles per hour, your odometer, and your pedal assist right here as well. Also, you've got 3 disc brakes on this e-bike. So 1 on the front and 2 on the rear. Those are Tektro disc brakes. They stop on a dime. They're great. I'm going to actually show you braking downhill. You won't have to worry about it. Other cool feature here is you have a front and a rear light. So you just hold the plus symbol right here. Your light symbol comes up, and that will turn on your light in the front right here. The other really cool thing is it turns on the light in the rear as well. So if you live in a city that requires lights at night, you have that there. And just stay back there with the camera for a second. Now, if you turn the light off, now this becomes your brake light. And as you pull your brake lever, the brake light engages. So again, a nice feature. Coming back up to the handlebars here, this is your derailleur shifter for your speeds. Now, again, this is not related to the motor. This is related to the speeds on the bicycle element. It's called a trigger shifter. You push this to increase, this to decrease. So if you're doing hills, generally you want to be in the lower gears. And if you're trying to achieve a max speed, you want to be in the higher gears. Another cool safety feature right here is this kill switch. So if this is pushed out, disengaged, your throttle will not work, okay? If you push it in, that means the throttle will be ready to work. So I'll go ahead and leave it out as we're doing this demonstration to ensure that it doesn't go anywhere without us wanting it to go somewhere. Now, one of the really cool features is how this e-trike accommodates so many different rider heights. And it's all in not only the seat, but also in these handlebars. This style we call a mini ape-hanger handlebar. And we have another video going over all the dimensions and the measurements, but by loosening these 2 bolts, you can create so many different types of riding positions based on the length of the arms of the rider, the position that you desire for a certain day. So you can have them more down, you can have them more up. The other cool thing is you also have an adjustment on the front here. Underneath, there is a bolt here, and you would come in here and loosen this. Okay, and once that is loose, like so, then you would just loosen also this side bolt. Oops. Now from there, I'm going to loosen that just a touch more. Okay. Now from there, you actually have the flexibility of bringing the handlebars even closer or farther away, depending on the rider. So you can see it moves up and down the stem here. And actually, I need to loosen this one a little bit more. There we go. Okay, now you've got full flexibility. And so you can see if you're a really tall rider, you can get these bars very far from your body. If you're a very short rider, you can bring them very close to your body. So there's a lot of customization that can be achieved by adjusting these handlebars. Okay, I got the handlebars back locked in place, but again, you can play around with that and really find the position that works best for your body. Now your charger is very simple. If you look right here, you've got your charging port, and your battery can either stay on the bike or be off the bike while you charge. This is what your charger looks like. You plug it into any home outlet. Obviously one end of it will go into here, and the other end will go into your outlet. Now, charging time is going to be about 4 to 8 hours, depending on how low the battery is. We don't recommend draining the battery all the way. So if you finish a ride with half a battery, it's a great idea to top it off if you can remember. And removing the battery is very simple. You unlock it, and then it just slides right out. This is a 10-pound battery, so it is not heavy, but heavier because of the size. And you just click it in like this, and it slides right in. Very easy. You don't have to remove the seat to get the battery out at all. All right, I'm going to mount on this, or get on it, mount it, and get a helmet on, and we're going to take you through a little ride so you can see it perform and take me up a hill. I'm 230 pounds, so we'll see how easily it can get me up the hill. All right, we're all set up and ready to ride. Want to point out a couple things before we get going. You can see in my GoPro here, got our display right here, throttle, my pedal assist levels can be adjusted here, my brakes, and of course my gears, and you'll watch me utilize all these while we ride. One thing I wanted to show you before we get going is you can shift this down below 0, and now you have a reverse function. So it's a cool feature to have should you need it in certain scenarios. We'll see if we need it at all in our ride. So let's do this. Now I'll use a combination of pedal assist and throttle as we do our riding here. I'll put it into level 2. Now you can see just nice casual pace. We're at 9 miles an hour. Now if I bump this up to 5, we start really going fast, and I gotta get on the straightaway here. There we go. All right, we're gonna take on our first hill here. So let's go ahead and do this. Just use the throttle. Now I'll show you how we can get up here with just the throttle with this 750 watt motor. Now again, I'm 230 pounds. No pedaling even necessary. In fact, take my legs off if I want. Just relax, and we're still cruising at 8.5 miles an hour. No problemo for this motor. So we made it at an 8 to 9 mile per hour pace up that hill. I'll go back to pedal assist now. We can also turn this down. Oop. We'll go up. I like going faster. And again, with this longer frame and these tires, it really is so stable. So we started at 4 miles on our odometer here, so we'll see how long of a trip we make. Okay, got another little incline here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it into 5. And again, I'm in gear 7 right now, so if you even wanted to exert yourself less, you could shift that down. We're actually going to go to some trails here and show you how we do off-roading. Starting to pick up the pace a little bit. I'll give my legs a break. Now we'll just coast it out. Okay, let's see how fast we can get going down this hill. And we'll show you how good these brakes work. All right, 17. 19. There we go, we're at 20. And watch this stopping power. No problem. Okay, and let's just show you how we can go onto the trails. So the cool thing about these wide tires is going on these trails is really simple. Now this is a little bit bumpy right here, but shouldn't be an issue for us. All right. Whoa. Getting 5, you just take right off. We don't even need that much power. The 750 watts, and then also with having the differential, especially on these kind of trails, it's nice for the added traction. Go a little further here. I'm going to go ahead and put it into 5. Take on this section, make it even easier for myself. We'll do a little throttle only. A little bumpy, but very stable. All right, we made it to the top here. Nice view of the hills in San Clemente. Now this trail is a little bumpy. Also, I have the charger back here for anyone that maybe heard some rattling or vibration. The charger's in the basket. So, but yeah, I mean, it rides great. You know, just the smoother the trail, the better. But we're gonna turn around, head back the other way, and enjoy the ride back.
Nice view of the ocean. Every day.
Oh yeah, you can see the ocean out there. All right. Taking the corner here fast. Good stability. A lot of bumps. Okay. Show you how we get back up here. Let's put this into 5. Easy peasy. Like to shift that down on the pedal assist while we're trying to just navigate tight spaces, but going up the hill, you definitely want it in 5. Okay. Got another incline here. I'm going to put it back into 5, make my life easier. Okay, let's test the brakes. No problem. All right, that was a fun ride. We only made it 3 miles. Well, we only went 3 miles, but really comfortable, really powerful. It's nice as a bigger guy to be able to use that throttle and go up hills with no challenges. So I really enjoyed it. The stability, if you can see when I'm taking turns, it is really stable. At no point did either of the 2 rear wheels pop up for me. Occasionally, if you take turns too fast on other trikes, that can happen to you. On this one, the center of gravity is so low and the weight is all in the rear. It keeps it nice and planted, and the base is very firm to the ground and stable. So really fun ride. I like it. It's a great trike if you are a shorter rider, a bigger rider, or a bigger guy. Can accommodate your body type. There's a lot of adjustments that can be made. Now, if you want to see more about it, don't forget, it's linked in the description. If you have any questions, you can comment below or reach out to us, the team at sixthreezero.com, or call us 310-982-2877. Don't forget, we offer a 30-day test ride your e-trike policy. If you don't love it in the first 30 days, send it back. No questions asked, no money out of your pocket. In addition to that, we're going to warranty everything for 1 year. Anything goes wrong in the first year, we'll take care of it, parts and labor. And lastly, join our community. We have a Facebook group called 630 Peddlers with thousands of members. Join the group before you purchase to ensure you're making the right choice. Then when you have yours, post in the group, make friends. And lastly, download our app to track your rides and compete on the leaderboard. It's a lot of fun. So thanks for sticking around, and don't forget, it's your journey, your experience. Enjoy the ride. How fast can I corner on the reverse e-trike? Stick around. Hey everyone, I'm Dustin. I have nearly 20 years experience in the bike and e-bike industry. And today I'm going to demonstrate how fast I can corner on the reverse e-trike. Now, before I get into it, hit that subscribe button below. Stay in touch with us here at 630. Be the first to know about all the new content we're putting out, giveaways we're doing, and of course, new product releases. All right, so this is a reverse tadpole e-trike from 630. It's linked in the description below if you want to check it out. You can see it's got this cool tilting front end steering, which is awesome and a lot of fun. And today I'm going to demonstrate the performance of the steering and show you how fast can I take a corner at. Now I'm going to go down here, corner around here and around here. Now this is capped at 16 miles an hour. So I'm going to try to take the turns at 16. Don't try this at home. I got my helmet on. I just want to see what it's capable of. Now I'm going to start out slower and we're going to work our way up. So at first, I'm just going to go at a leisurely, let's do 8 miles an hour. All right. All right. Okay, that's 8 right there. All right. Coming around this turn. Actually, I'm going faster than 8 a little bit. No problem. Come back this way, I'll do 8 again. It's actually hard for me to stay only at 8. All right. No problem. All right, now let's pump it up. I'm going to go up to 12 miles an hour. Well, I'll do 10. We were already at about 10 there a little bit, but let me just get up to 10. All right, that's 10, 11. No problem. I'll take this turn up here as well. No problem. Now you see on the reverse trike how you actually want to lean into the turn like a two-wheel bike. Let's see. All right, 10 again, no problem. All right, let's push it up to 12. Here we go. There's 12. That's a little bit faster than 12, but there we go, no problem. A little closer to till 14. All right, I tell you what, we're just gonna go max speed now. I'm gonna pull full throttle, go to 16, see if we can't take this turn. Actually, let me back up just a little bit to ensure I got the runway here to get full speed. All right, here we go. $16. Oh, actually, it cut the motor at 16 and we dropped. So here, let me do pedal assist. All right, let's kick this up. Here we go. There we go. 16 right on the nose. cornering. There we go. So you've really just got to learn to trust the steering mechanism, and that's going to allow you to take turns because you actually can corner more exaggerated on this than on a two-wheel bike. So let's give it one more rip. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try to just accelerate at the end so when it cuts, there we go. Now let's accelerate in. You can see I can kind of lean into it. Come back. See if I can really lean into this one. There we go. So cornering on this reverse trike with the tilting steering is a lot of fun. You just got to get used to it and the lean, and I know you're going to enjoy it. So have any other questions at all, please comment below or reach out to us, the team at sixthreezero.com, or call us 310-982-2877. In addition to that, we offer a 30-day test ride your e-trike policy. If you don't love it in the first 30 days, send it back. No questions asked, no money out of your pocket. In addition to that, we warranty everything for 1 year. Anything goes wrong in the first year, we take care of it, parts and labor. Lastly, be a part of our community, our 630 Facebook peddlers group. Thousands of members in there. Talk to existing members before you purchase so you can get comfortable making the right choice. And when you have yours, post in the group, make friends, and download our app to track your rides and compete on our leaderboard. It's a lot of fun. So thanks for sticking around, and don't forget, it's your journey or experience. Enjoy the ride. We're going to take you on a ride on the simple step-through fat tire e-trike. Stick around. Hey everyone, I'm Dustin. I have nearly 20 years experience in the bike and e-bike industry, and you can see right now I am on the simple step-through fat tire e-trike, and we're going to take you on a ride on this. Now, this is a 750 watt fat tire e-trike with a 15 amp hour battery. So you're going to get up to 50 miles on a single charge, and you're also going to be able to hit top speeds of 16 miles an hour. And the cool thing is with these 4-inch wide tires, super balanced, no real tipping risk. You can see it's very difficult to get those back wheels to come up. Oop, just engaged the pedal assist because I pedaled the pedals a little bit. Put that down into 0. Always recommended when you're at a stop to keep it in 0 so nothing engages. Now, the other awesome thing here is you've got this very low step through, which makes mounting and dismounting very easy. I'm actually going to bring the seat up just a touch too. Now, the other cool thing, you've got this basket back here, and we've got all sorts of liners and bags that can fit in here. You can also swap the basket for a seat. So if you want to carry up to 100 pounds of passengers on this back seat, you can do that. So check it out on the website. And of course, we've got a suspension fork up here, which is nice for going over the bumps. And then with these handlebars that curve into your body, you got this really nice upright, relaxed riding position. We've also got a twist throttle right here. You just twist it and you can go. Also has 7 speeds that you can use, like on a normal tricycle or bicycle. You can shift those right here with this trigger shifter. I've got my GoPro here, so you'll be able to see how I'm sort of navigating the bike as we ride. So let's go ahead and go for a little ride here. So I'm going to shift this into first, and I'm going to use my throttle, and we're off and riding. All right, so you can see here we got our display. It tells you the level of pedal assist. We're only in 1, and then my throttle's over here. You just kind of can twist this. You can grab it like this and twist, or you can just twist like that, whatever's easy for you. You can reach over here to your gears, and I can put this all the way up into 7th, and we can start cruising. The cool thing about these fat tires is they really absorb a lot of the shock, like coming down curbs or even going up curbs. Like if I were to come right here, come up here, you can just see it's balanced. It's easy to ride. and really easy to steer, honestly. All right. And so I'm only in pedal assist 1 right now, and you can see I'm still making good headway. All right, we're gonna go up a hill here. So I'm gonna put that up higher. Now you can shift your pedal assist levels while you're not moving. Okay, here we go. So even with me, I'm 230 pounds. And with these fat tires, you put it in level 5 and you get up these hills no problem at all. We could do throttle only. I'll show you. There's throttle only. I am not pedaling whatsoever. You can see. And it still can power us up. So really up to you how little or how much you want to work on your rides. You can even run over this pine cone here. Oh, I missed it. All right, I'm going to start pedaling again. I'm going to dial this back. We don't need to be in level 5 now as we're coming down the hill. It is really nice having these thick tires. You don't have to worry about as much of like what's in the middle of the road. Like perhaps big branches I can just run right over. All right, we're gonna take a right here. You can see we got a little bit of a hill as well. Just use the throttle around this corner. There we go. Oh, now I'm gonna shift this up. Give me a little more power. Here we go. All right. Okay, I'm still in level 5. Now our display is in kilometers an hour. So we're going 21.1 kilometers an hour. Just gonna coast a little bit. Now you've got 3 disc brakes on this trike, 1 on the front and 2 1 on each rear wheel. So in terms of braking power, you got more than enough. These are Tektro brakes. And you do have parking brakes up here as well. Now I like to ease into the brakes as we come down the hill. Got a car parked here. A little bit chilly here in California right now. I'm gonna just go up this hill right here and just show you how easy it is to navigate with this trike. All right, coming up the hill here. Oop, that's a little bumpy. I'll go ahead and just use throttle up this, show you the power we got. All right, so we got a little bit of a curb here. We can just roll right over this, no problem. Big tires, you don't feel much at all. Got some pickleball. All right, now we're gonna make our way to some dirt trails and we'll show you how this baby performs. But I wanted to show you too, you know, if you want to park this in a bike rack. Let's see if I can drive it in. There we go. So park it in a bike rack. You can lock it up just like a normal bike if you so choose. Lock the forks to there. And then obviously backing out, just pull it out. Pretty easy. And then obviously mounting. I like to step through and then slide back on. All right, let's continue on. All right, now we're gonna enter some dirt trails and see how we do. Got some crevasses here. No problem for the big tires. We got to get up here. There we go. That's better. Got some serious potholes. Now I'm just coasting. We're going to have to see how we do on the way back here. That's a really big hole right there. Now, with all these divots, you do have to be a little bit careful with your steering, because this is some very uneven ground here. I'll go ahead and let's see. Let's make a turn here. Let's use the throttle. Don't have to pedal at all. All right, we hit a dead end. You can see we got some nice terrain here, though. So I was only in pedal assist 1. All right, we'll turn around and go up the hill. We'll see how we can do getting up there. But yeah, this is some bumpy ground here, so normally I don't think most people would be on such uneven terrain. All right, so let's show you what we got here. We got a pretty big hill to take on. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in 5 for our ascent here. Okay, let's do this. I'll start pedaling just to make this a little bit easier. Now the beauty is I can also shift my gears. I'm in 7. Let's go ahead and put this down. There we go, into 3rd. It makes it a lot easier for me. Okay, let's find some smooth ground here. Beautiful. Now this is where it gets a little tricky when you got these car tracks here that have dug in. I think I'm going to go in the middle. Yeah, much better. Or actually, yeah, it's better right here. Honestly, like no effort at all. Oh, divot. All right. Okay, so we got a little slope, so I'm going to stay on the top side here. All right. Now you got to really transfer your weight when you've got huge tilted areas like that. Now you can see the hill. Pretty big hill. Now we're back onto some more flat terrain. And we are up. No problemo. And go down here. Got some big crevasses here. All right, we got to tackle a pretty big hill here. Still got a lot of battery left, you can see, which is good. Go ahead and shift up. There we go. All right. That concludes our ride on the simple step through Fat Tire E-Trike. It's a lot of fun. I love being able to go off-road to on-road and zip around, throttle, pedal assist, you name it. So if you're looking for something easy to get on and off with a lot of power, super comfortable, this is the E-Trike for you. Now, it's going to be linked in the description below. If you have any other questions or comments, please put them below or reach out to us, the team at sixthreezero.com, or call us 310-982-2877. In addition to that, we have a 30-day test ride your E-Trike policy. If you don't love it in the first 30 days, send it back, no questions asked, no money out of your pocket. In addition to that, we warranty everything for 1 year. Anything goes wrong in the first year, we take care of it, parts and labor. Now, lastly, join our Facebook Peddlers group and download our app. There's thousands of existing members in there. Connect with them before you purchase so you can get their opinion, hear what they have to say so you can get comfortable making your choice. Then when you have yours, post in the group, make friends. It's a lot of fun. And download the app to track your rides and compete on the leaderboard. It's another great way to just have fun and track your rides. All right, so thanks for sticking around, and don't forget, it's your journey, your experience. Enjoy the ride. Our over 60 senior is going to test ride E-Trikes for the first time and pick his favorite. Stick around. Hey everyone, I'm Dustin. I have nearly 20 years experience in the bike and e-bike industry, and today I'm joined by Howard. He's 63, he's never ridden an electric tricycle before. So today he's gonna test ride this lineup and choose which one is his favorite. Now, before we get into the test riding, all these E-Trikes are linked in the description below if you wanna check them out. In addition to that, hit that subscribe button, stay in touch with us here at 630. Be the first to know about all the new content we're putting out, giveaways we're doing, and of course, new product releases. All right, Howard, thanks for coming out to test ride today. So Howard just took his first e-bike ride ever in another video that you can check out on the YouTube channel. Now we're gonna get him on electric trikes. Now, have you ever ridden a tricycle as an adult?
Great. Not as an adult. As a very young person.
Okay. I will tell you in advance, it's different.
Okay.
They drive different. Now, you're athletic, you may pick it up right away, but the one thing I'll tell you is a tricycle, you have to steer. Leaning is not going to do anything. So there's this natural tendency to get on and go like this. You have to really steer the wheel like a car. You'll feel it as you get on. Howard's 6 feet tall. So we're gonna find out which one he likes the best. And we're gonna start down here with our every journey. So this is similar to the e-bike you rode, but now as a tricycle version. And let me just put the seat up a little bit for you. Okay. Let me turn this on for you. Okay, so everything. So this is a 250 watt front hub motor. Same thing in principle. You pedal, it can assist you. You have your throttle right here as well. You have your gears here. Here's your up and down. And you can let her rip.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
I would just start slow.
Okay.
So you can get the feel of the steering.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to...
No, I get it. No, I appreciate that.
Sounds like one of the fenders is rubbing, but... So did you find the steering to be any different?
The steering is very different.
Is it?
Yes, because I want to lean. And when I lean, yeah, I couldn't feel it. And then I remember what you said, don't lean. And, but the steering is interesting. It's different. It's very different.
Yes.
Yeah.
It takes some people a little bit getting used to when they go from a 2-wheel to a 3-wheel, because, you know, when the balance starts to get compromised, a lot of people like the 3-wheel, but it takes some time to get used to the difference, you know?
Yeah.
What did you think about the power and the assistance and all that?
The power was great. I shifted it up to 4 or 5.
Okay.
And that made it even better because I could get a little, again, I want to get a little workout even while I have it's moving for me. The power is great. And this was great. And it's simple. It's like, again, I could, you know, look around and wonderful. That was very good.
Okay,
And
cool.
I like the height.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm like 6, it's up, I'm up sitting up tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on. So we got a whole different a lot of different variations of e-trike here. So moving on now, we've got a fat tire e-trike. So we got some big 4-inch. This is the trike version of the e-bike you liked.
Mm-hmm. Oh, great.
So there we go.
So what are your suggestions for turning?
So one is don't go into the turn too fast. Actually, you want to lay off the pedaling and the throttle. So on a 2-wheel bike, you can accelerate into the turn.
Right.
On a trike, you want to slow down into the turn and accelerate out of the turn.
Okay.
So, and then you want to just shift your butt against the turn. So on a bike, you lean into the turn. On a trike, you're not leaning, you're just kind of like shifting to the outside.
Okay,
so it
great.
keeps everything balanced around the turn.
Okay, great.
So go ahead and get on this one. So this one is a twist throttle again. So I know you didn't like this configuration, but we've got the twist throttle.
Mm-hmm.
Let me turn your battery on. Oh, the battery is on. So go ahead and pull that down. Yep. Now this is also a 750 watt. So this is pretty powerful.
Great.
And do you want the seat up or is that okay?
Maybe up a little bit. Yeah. Let's do a little.
Okay. Okay.
And you got room for all your stuff and everything?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. Would you suggest pedaling first or throttling?
Whatever you like. Throttling on this one first is kind of nice.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! It's definitely key to go the opposite way of the turn.
Uh-huh.
And that was a good pointer. Thank you for that.
What did you
This
think of
one's
the
got
ride of this
serious power.
one? Here, we can turn it down.
I can't even imagine shifting this one. I mean, this is like a motorcycle to me.
Okay.
Or like a Vespa.
Did you feel stable on it?
Yeah, but it's fast. I mean, I almost, hit, ran into a tech, to those microphones. Yeah, but it's this would I'd have to focus even more. So especially if I was out in traffic, because it's fast. This is what's your top speed on this?
16. So actually, the top speed is all limited
Okay.
to 16 miles an hour just for safety purposes.
Okay.
But the motor would be powerful enough to get to 20 if we didn't.
Yeah, the
limit
motor
it.
I could feel. The motor's powerful on this.
Yep.
Yeah.
So between these two so far, which one did you like better?
Between these two, I'm going to stick with this. That I would learn how to do it eventually.
Got it.
Yeah, because this is great.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Alrighty. Okay.
What's that in the front? Is that a light, like a night light?
That's a light. Yep.
Oh, great.
For your nighttime riding. Okay, let me just turn
And I like the tires.
the big beefy tires.
Yeah, just for stability and yeah.
Okay, so this one is now our simple glide. This is a recumbent trike. This one is completely different. So go ahead and have a seat.
Interesting.
You might need to pull the seat back a little. We'll see.
Oh, you lean and you sit back.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Does that feel okay?
Yeah, that's yeah. It's like
Because you can move the seat back more if you want.
No, I think we're good.
Okay. Here, you want to get your foot should be on here like that. There you go.
Okay.
Yep. Let me turn the battery on for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a recumbent.
What does that word mean again?
Kind of like a lay down ish. So you're kind of like pedaling out and forward a little bit more.
When the pedals are in front of me.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and pull this on. You got a color display here. So
Oh,
now this
great.
is a twist throttle as well.
Right here. Well, yeah, with the same thing.
Yep. This is the parking brake actually. So
Okay.
on this model, there's no gears. On the production model, we will have gears. It's actually an auto shifting hub.
Okay.
So
Great. I like the feel of sitting back.
it's comfortable, isn't it?
Let's actually move the seat back a little bit more.
Okay, so you just pull this up or down and slide back. Yep.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Now we're good. Seriously.
All right, you're good to go.
Nice. Totally cozy. You know, yeah. Love it. Love leaning back.
Yeah?
Yeah, just sitting back.
Did you
cruising.
feel more balanced on this one than these two?
And it was easier to make turns on this.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I did feel, yes.
And the power, good power?
Power was great. And then when you're, have those, 100 yards, you just, lean back and see everything. I love the leaning back. It's very comfortable. Yeah. And it's just enough distance, that your legs, great. Number one so far right now.
Cool. All right. Good.
All right. Thank you.
This seems to be a fan favorite of a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. And this is called the Recumbent.
This is the Simple Glide Recumbent e-trike. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Great bike.
Okay. Now we're moving on to our folding e-trike. This is called the Easy Transit. So this one is also, this is 750 watts of power. So this one's pretty powerful as well. Okay. See if that might be too high, but let's try that.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, it seems pretty good actually.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So 750 watt front hub motor.
Okay.
You've got, now you're back to the thumb throttle.
Gotcha.
And
What's D and R?
this has a reverse option actually.
Oh, wow. I can reverse.
Yes, can. Yeah.
Wow.
We can do that after you take your forward test ride. I'll show you.
Sure.
Yeah, so 7 speeds as well.
And then I can put it into gear over here as well.
Yep.
Okay, great. Nice. This is like the other one, like the other one, but not leaning back.
This one?
Like the last one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy to ride, easy to steer.
Easy to ride. A little much to juggle for me, just for me here, but wonderful. Yeah. Yep. Easy to steer, easy to take a turn. Easy to take turns.
You felt balanced and safe.
Yeah. And again, I like this. I'm sitting up tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you compare this to that? Still favorite right here?
Interesting. It's interesting.
Different rides.
Totally different rides. Because that's like space, And this is I'd get this in lieu of the other one over there for go around town and do errands. Go buy some milk, put it in the front.
Gotcha.
I'd go do this for errands.
Got it. Okay. So you could do more riding. That one's a little more relaxed.
This is high functionality, applying it to the world. And that's like pure
enjoyment.
Riding on a Saturday afternoon, going down the boardwalk.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
If I'm just going down the boardwalk, I'd rather be in that than this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
But very functional. But very, I love it. Yeah.
Okay. Now we're moving on to, this is actually our rickshaw. Okay, so this is our rickshaw right here. So this one, you can actually have passengers.
Love it.
So I'll be your passenger, actually.
Beautiful. Are you sure?
Yeah, we'll be
You're
good.
comfortable doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to be surprised on how easy it is.
All right.
So everything's a little bit change up. Now your throttle's on the right hand,
Okay.
but it's a push throttle.
Okay.
And again, you've got your trigger shifter here.
Okay.
So, but everything else is the same.
Okay.
We do have an aftermarket seat, which has our backrest here. So let me raise the seat up for you. Okay. All right. I'm going to get on.
Okay. Let the passenger get on first. It doesn't really matter. Okay.
It's all good. I didn't put the parking brake on. We could have put the parking brake on.
Okay. No. Okay. Throttle goes up. Correct?
Throttle goes down. It's a push throttle with your thumb.
Okay. And
Yep. There you go. We're off.
okay, sir, what would you like to see today? Where would you like to go?
Just be a little more conservative around the turns.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're good. Can't even tell I'm back here, can you?
No, you really can't. That's just kind of interesting. You can't. No. Yeah, I like this. This would be a fun one to have with a family.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep coming back to Carlsbad. We love visitors.
So that was easy to ride, wasn't it?
Very easy to ride, actually. And it was actually good to have having a passenger balanced gave me some more balance and more.
Oh, in the rear, kept it weighted down.
Exactly, more weighted. More weight down in the back, and I felt more stable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no real learning curve, right? I mean, to have a passenger on the back, like it was easy for you to steer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The learning curve on all the trikes is turns.
Yep.
Taking the turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put the brake on.
So
Okay,
take
we
the
got
turn
one
carefully.
more for you here.
What's that? Oh,
We got
good.
one more, which is completely unique.
Oh, looks like it. Look at
So
this.
this is two wheels in front. Now this is going to ride a lot more like a two-wheel bike.
Oh, great.
And this is a lot of fun. We'll let you see what you think. Okay, try that seat. Higher?
No, I think it's okay.
Okay.
It's moving. Yeah. It's going down.
Okay, let me tighten it up for you.
Yeah.
Let's go tighten this right here. Okay, try that.
Okay.
Good.
Let me turn it on.
Yep, now your throttle's back on the left
There,
hand.
there. Great. And I can still go up in gears.
Yep, so now
Okay.
this one you would ride more like a two-wheel bike.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Hey. Oh, this one's wonderful. I love the steering.
It's crazy, huh?
It's really crazy. The angle is so good. It's a great angle.
Like you can take really
like you
tight.
can really, yeah. You can really turn on this wonderfully. Can I do this one more time?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, good. All right. Great angle. Very exciting. Yeah. So different.
Fun, right?
Wonderfully fun. So different. You really can turn.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's
And-
cool.
And the speed's great, and the gears, great. No, this is and again, like I'd buy this as like my performance one.
Yeah, yeah.
My one that I did I wasn't trying to be cute, but the one taking cones.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Doing motorcycle stuff, because this is like a really good performance. This is great performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so
Great performance and great speed.
this one's a 750 watt too, so that's
So
why
this is the bigger one.
bigger one, yeah.
Okay, great.
All right, so you've ridden all of them.
Uh-huh.
Which one is your favorite? And if you've got, different favorites, that's cool, but if you had to choose one, which one would you choose?
Wow. That's so difficult. If I could only choose one,
Mm-hmm.
then I think I'd have to go with this, because it has some of that. It has some of this, and I can do things on it as well.
Okay, so you'd go with the simple step through fat tire.
Yeah, and I could put stuff on the back, and then I could also take it on the boardwalk. And I'd have to just lean back to have the same wonderful feeling of that bike, which is phenomenal. And have some of that first one, because that first one is just amazing.
So this could be your utility one. This could be your fun performance one.
It really would be. And then I would get that, and I would buy those 3. And then that's Saturday. That's like going on a
Sunday.
That's Sunday. Yeah, that's your Sunday cruise car. Yes.
Cool. All right. Well, there we have it. There's Howard's first time riding e-trikes, and he made his choice. So he likes the simple step through fat tire, but he'd also want to have the simple glide recumbent and the 2 front wheel, all for different types of riding. So don't forget, all the e-trikes are linked in the description below. If you have any other questions at all, please comment below or reach out to us, the team at sixthreezero.com, or call us 310-982-2877. In addition to that, as I said, they're all linked in the description. We also offer a 30-day test ride your e-trike policy. If you don't love it in the first 30 days, send it back, no questions asked, no money out of your pocket. We also warranty everything for the first year. Anything goes wrong in the first year, we take care of it, parts and labor. Lastly, be a part of our community, our Facebook group, and also download our app. Our Facebook group is 630 Pedalers. There's thousands of members there. Join before you purchase to connect with them so you can get comfortable making the right choice. Then when you have yours, post in the group, make friends, and track your rides on the app and compete on the leaderboard. So thanks for sticking around, and don't forget, it's your journey or experience. Enjoy the ride. Okay, now that Pete's explained some of the display settings, I'll just walk you through a couple other things up here on the handlebars. One quick thing is you have your horn right here. The other thing is to turn. Oh, okay. So this is now walking mode. So if you have to go up a big hill and push the trike, you can hold the down button. Now we're on flat ground, so it's going to be quite powerful, but you hold that down and it's going to move with you. Now, that's one option for walking mode. The other option, quite honestly, is just push this very lightly. Oh, sorry, we're in 0 here. So push that very lightly and you can walk with the trike. Okay, now if you hold the up button down, this is going to turn your lights on. So you'll see this symbol right here. And if you take a look here at the front headlight, although it's very bright out here, you'll see that that turns. All right, and now we can just hold the down button right here to turn that off. And you can see it switches off right here. And you have your horn right here. I think that's important, especially with this size of an e-bike when you're coming up on people. You have a bell right here. Go ahead and use that. Now, one other feature as well is the parking brake, which you may need when you're leaving this on a slight incline or even just parking it somewhere. Now, the parking brake is right here. It's this little lever here. And what you do to engage it is you just pull the lever and then push this down like so. And that keeps the grip or the brake down. So that's your parking brake. Now the bike can't move. And to disengage, just pull down and this pops up. So to operate the seatbelt, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just plug it in and you just kind of pull this back like that. And then you would slide this. And to loosen, just pull out like so. And now coming to the back here, you have your basket underneath here. And you just loosen this latch and this comes down. Put anything you need in there on your rides. And this easily comes back up. And you just lock that back into place. Clamp that down. And you have your ride. Now the rear tail light is actually engaged when you hit the brakes. So pull the brakes and the tail light will engage and light up. And that's basically the full tour of what you need to know to be operational and up and riding. Let's take you through for a little test ride and I'll show you how I steer and navigate on the e-rickshaw. I'm going to go ahead and push the throttle. You can see I'm engaging the throttle and you can see my wattage output of the motor is displaying there, my miles per hour, and our assistance level. Go ahead and speed up a little bit. All right, now a few things about steering the rickshaw and driving the rickshaw and driving a tricycle if you've never done it. The weight distribution and how you turn. You can just shoot up here now. There we go. So when you're on flat ground, it's pretty easy. It's a little bit different on a tricycle in that on a two-wheel bike, you're going to be doing more leaning, but on a tricycle, you actually have to do steering. So I'm not leaning to get the bike to steer. I'm actually turning the handlebars. So I think that's important. If we make a U-turn right here, you need to turn the handlebars, okay? And trust that the bike will stay balanced. On a two-wheel bike, you kind of lean into it and you do steer the wheels, but it's a little bit less of a turn. On a tricycle, you have those two wheels in the back and it's going to balance. So the other thing too is a lot of people get on and they always feel like the bike is pulling them in a certain direction. Now, again, with the two wheels in back, sometimes the bike needs to be steered, right? On a two-wheel bike, it's more balancing. On a trike, you actually need to steer a little bit. Now, once you get the hang of it, you'll be doing it unconsciously, and just know that there is an adjustment period to getting used to a tricycle. If you've never been on an adult tricycle in your adult life and you've never steered something, it can definitely feel different, but it's not the trike. It's just the fact that riding a two-wheel bike is so much different, and a lot of riders' brains become programmed to how to operate a two-wheel bike, but a three-wheel bike is much different. So just remember, it's less about your body weight shifting to steer and more about the actual act of turning the bars like this. And now you make your circle, and you just have to learn to trust the tricycle that it will stay balanced. Now, a couple other things. You never want to ride horizontally across a very steep incline. So if this was an incline straight ahead of us, you never want to come straight across it like this on a tricycle because you obviously have a risk of tipping. On a two-wheel bike, it's going to find that balance point so you can do that. Going up and down hills should be no problem. Now, if you're taking turns at a very high speed, which you should never do on a tricycle, but as you start to turn this way, right, the bike the wheels could come off the ground, right? So you want to lean into the turn, just like this. And honestly, this is a pretty well-balanced electric trike because of the 4-inch wide tires. So in most situations, you won't even need to do this. But if you really want to feel safe, just lean into it. Keeps all the wheels down, and you'll be riding no problem. And as you get more and more comfortable, you're going to start to naturally just lean with the turns like you would on your two-wheel bike. So again, if you've never ridden an electric trike as an adult, it's a whole relearning period, just like when you learn to ride a two-wheel bike, right? I think there's an expectation for people that when they get on an electric tricycle or a tricycle of any sorts, they should be able to do it. And you will be able to stay balanced, but the nuances of steering and turning and going up hills feel different and take a little getting used to, and it will happen. Just do some test riding, get out for rides, and over time, I promise you, you'll start to feel more and more comfortable very quickly. One thing I'll just say too with braking is your left brake is your front brake and your right brake is your rear brake. And you've got two rear brakes. So if you're going to pull one singular brake, use your rear brake, okay? Because you got two disc brakes back there. Or you can engage all brakes at the same time, right? So it's important if you're going at very fast speeds, don't just use the front brake. Either use the rear brakes or use all three brakes together. Again, if you pull the front brake too heavily, there's always that risk that maybe you could go over the handlebars, although you'd have to be going very fast on a trike, especially for that to be the case. But it's just important, especially if you have a load on the back. Try to use all three brakes at the same time. That'll be the best option to give you the most braking power, or the rear by itself. And there we have it. Now we're just going to walk through how to use the pedal assist and the shifting of the gears a little bit. So I'm in level 3 right now. So I'm going to go ahead and start out pedaling. And then once we turn the gears around, the pedal assist will kick on. All right, there we go. All right, so now we are doing pedal assist. All right, and we're going to come over here. All right. Now we get some flat. I'm going to actually shift this down a little bit. Okay. So you can see right now, I'm going to put this down into first gear. It gets easier for me to pedal in the lower gears. Now, in the lower gears, if you start to get the speeds up higher, like if you start to really go fast, you're going to need to start shifting up, right? And I can push my trigger shift. Now, my pedaling will match the assistance level much better, so I'm not over pedaling or under pedaling. And then if you slow down and you start to go slower, you'll want to shift down here if you're using pedal assist. Okay? So if I have this in 5, I'm getting maximum assistance. I'm going to want to really start to shift up, match my pedaling to the assistance. And then as I shift down, I want to shift down here. Okay? Also, a little recommendation, don't pedal into the turn, just pedal when you come out of the turns on trike to help maintain your balance. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and turn the motor off completely. So now it's in 0, and I have it in 3rd gear. I can shift this down to 1st, which is going to make it even easier to pedal. Or I can now move up a little bit. 2nd, right now, you know, with 1 passenger on the back, this feels okay. Now keep in mind, with the 24-inch, 4-inch wheels, it is challenging to pedal, especially if you have a passenger on the back. So we got a little incline here. Go ahead and put this into 1st, but you can definitely do it. All right. Get a little assistance now. Go ahead and put it into level 2. There we go. That makes it much easier. And we're off and running. So there you have it. Using the brakes, and then I don't know if you can see as well, but on the gears, I use my thumb for everything right here. And coming over to the other side, if you see on the pedal assist side, I like to actually use my pointer finger. You can use your thumb too to do the up and down. That works as well. Sometimes I could use my pointer finger for the top and my thumb for the bottom. Honestly, whatever is most comfortable for you, you'll figure it out as you start to ride more and more. All right, there you have it. Coming in for a landing here. All right, so that's a tour of how to operate and ride the e-rickshaw from 630. If you have any other questions at all, please comment below or reach out to us, the team at sixthreezero.com, or you can call us 310-982-2877. In addition to that, this product will be linked in our bio. So if you don't have one already, you can find it on our website, sixthreezero.com. And we have a 30-day test ride your e-bike. If you don't love it in 30 days, you can send it back, no questions asked, no money out of your pocket. And we'll have a full 1-year warranty on everything as related to the bike to make sure you can be up and riding with no problems. Now, lastly, you can also join our Facebook pedalers group, and you can see other people already posting about their e-rickshaws in the group. If you want to ask them questions about how they use their rickshaw, different things that they've done, because now there's a community of people that have added certain elements. They put their dogs back here, their children, they've added some harnesses. So there's a lot you can do. So go ahead and check out the pedalers group, talk to existing riders. If you have one, you can bounce ideas off each other. and find out some tips and tricks that'll work great for you. So thanks for sticking around, and don't forget, it's your journey, your experience. Enjoy the ride.